You're right guys, it's Capcom Tom here and welcome to an extra long episode of Building Bayern. Don't know why this episode just seemed to come out a lot longer than all the rest. It's because mainly I'm going to have to do a lot of trading in this episode. The reason for that is we bought Schweinsteiger in the last episode and now, we've got to really start rebuilding our coin total because we're only on 24,000 and in my eyes that's not good enough. We need to be up in the hundreds of thousands because we still need to buy Neuer, we need to buy Robben, we need to buy Ribery, whole load of, 100,000 coin plus players still left to buy in this series. Anyway, if you enjoy the fact that this episode is a lot longer than all the rest, make sure you smash the like button. Let's see if we can get this video to 3,000 likes and I'll do my best to do longer episodes in the future. Now you can see that I'm doing some mass bidding, going out, putting a whole load of bids on some non-rare gold players, seeing if we can pick them up cheap to sell them on. The only thing is I was really struggling to find players. I had to scroll like half an hour into the listing to actually find players that I could actually put the bids on. So that it's become a much more popular technique, probably because of me showing you guys. You're all out there doing it, trying to make some money for yourself, which I can't begrudge you for, but it's just a little bit frustrating because it was working so well early on in FIFA and now it's just not working so well. And you can see here that we haven't actually won anything after we finish our fitness match and we've got a whole load of stuff outbid. So I thought, we'll move on to something different. We'll try and pick up badges instead. So we did some mass bidding on the Dortmund badge, on the Bayern Munich badge, see if we can pick them up cheap and hopefully we'll be able to sell them on for profit because, as I said, really going to be looking to make some money in this episode. Now we've got our bids out, we're going to go away, we're going to go and play ourselves a match in online seasons. Obviously we've got Schweinsteiger in the team now, Rode has got demoted to the bench and into the fitness team, so that's a bit of a shame because he was a really good player, but he just doesn't fit and Schweinsteiger is obviously going to be our first choice. Now the opponent that we come up against is a 4-4-2 League One team and he does have quite a few informs in there, inform Maxwell, inform Gignac, inform Lacazette with a Hunter card on him, and inform, I'm going to ruin his name, Dujilololo, something like that. I have no idea how to pronounce that centre-back's name. But we start off well. We managed to score with Müller. Lovely assist from Schweinsteiger there, putting that ball through. It was a really, really good touch. And then I did a Tom straight away from kickoff. You can see here the ball just going everywhere. I didn't manage to put a good tackle in. I had the ball. I could have just cleared it. I didn't. Lost the possession and it ended up costing me. And you can see there we end up walking away with a 1-1 draw, which, I think he actually probably deserved to get a draw out of that game. But it's just frustrating when you're in the lead and you end up giving it away. Anyway, come back to the arena and as you can see, won pretty much nothing. The only thing we won were a couple of Borchettis and other than that, we're not going to win anything because I know already that those two Bayern Munich badge actually get outbid. So that's just frustrating, it's very, very frustrating trading at the moment. I'm trying to find a way to make myself a load of coins, but, I'm having to look for new methods. This method, I think, might work, though. You can see here that I'm looking at players with Hunter cards on them with, well, less than 3,000 coins, basically, is what I put. My max price was 3,000 coins, and I went through, because obviously a Hunter card costs the best part of 5,000 coins. If it's got a Hunter card on it, you know that that card's probably worth quite a lot more. And you can see here, someone's actually gone through and listed up a whole load of Alessandrinis for 2,000 coins each. The guy's name, I think, was Destroyers or something like that. I knew that it was all his players, so I went through and I bid on all of them. There was about, I think, like 15. He must have tried to price fix them, got bored and just decided to list them all up for a cheap price. So Alessandrini is obviously a very popular player out in League One with a Hunter card on him. If I can pick him up for 2,000 coins, I'm definitely going to be able to sell them on for profit. Anyway, we're in our next game, and as you can see, we get AIDS. This is just pure AIDS. I don't know what the referee is doing here. We'll show you the replay. I was like, where is a foul in that piece of play? I didn't even touch the player. And as you can see, our goalkeeper, well, when it shows the replay, our goalkeeper makes the save. And then, as he stands up, he clips the player and takes him out. It's like, I made the save. How can you be giving a penalty there? That is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments section what you actually made of that event. And put us behind. It actually put me in a really bad mood. And as you can see, it affected me. My mental state was not good as we end up going 2-0 down. Now, after the break, we managed to get a bit of luck. Shaqiri manages to fire one in, takes a good deflection. And then we get level through a header from Thiago. Unbelievable stuff. Really didn't think Thiago had it in it to get a header. But once again, do a Tom. And he scores straight away from kickoff, and that time I was just like, this game is not for me today, because as you saw, I literally put a tackle in and he just turned and passed it in with Benzema. It wasn't even a good pass and it ended up going to his player. My defender just switched off and we go 3-2 down. We managed to equalise though for a late penalty, but once again we do a Tom, and that is the classic Tom. He literally just ran through my entire defence, and yeah, not brilliant. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people struggle with this because I was watching some reviews that Itani has been doing. So obviously Pokemon Itani does reviews on his channel and he shows like goal highlights of what he scores with players, and he seems to score a lot of goals by literally getting the ball at kickoff and running straight at his opponent's defence. Anyway, we get a loss, which is very frustrating, but it is only our first loss in the division. But because we've drawn so many times, we're actually struggling. We may not get that title or the promotion, which is what we really want. We really want to get out of Division 5. Anyway, you can see that there's a bit of a bid war going on, all of the Alessandrinis. I think his lowest bite now at the time was about 3k, so I was just trying to pick him up for like 2,500 coins or less, maybe 2,600 coins if they were sort of like really getting pushed up. The reason for that is obviously I can make money if I'm buying them for like 2,500 and listing them up for 3k. That's a good little bit of profit, and because there's so many, lots of profit is going to be mine. Also, you can see here that we end up winning a few. Go and check his price, and he'd actually been capped. You know, someone had flooded the market. This McNally's guy put a whole load up for 3k, which obviously flooded the market, made his price go down. So what I decided to do was hold on to those Hunter card Alessandrinis and sort of wait until all of those ones expired, and then I would be able to actually list them up for a higher price, because I do generally think that Alessandrini with a Hunter card on him was worth more than 3k. So that's the plan. Hold on to them and list them up after all of those have sort of expired. Now we play a fitness match, we draw 0-0, which is only the second time we've ever drawn to the computer. We've never actually lost the computer either, so making sure that never happens, that's one of the things I really don't want to happen. But a 0-0 draw was a bit of a strange one. I just couldn't break it down and I wasn't really concentrating. I think I was watching some YouTube videos. But anyway, we've only got a few thousand coins, and I was like, you know what, we can't afford to, you know, rest on our laurels. We need to utilize every coin we've got. So I'm out on the silver market, putting some bids in, trying to pick up some cheap ones so I can sell them on for more. And we do, of course, pick up a few. You can see here a Mbemba with 80 pace. It's a centre-back who plays in for Anderlecht. Pick him up for 400, listing for 950, so that's like 500 coins there. We've got an Isco that we bought for 1,000 coins, listing up for 1,300. We've also got a Pereira, an Argentinian striker with 87 pace. We picked him up for 900, listing for 1,200, I think it was. And then finally we got this Martins guy who we picked up for I think 250, and we're listing for about 500. So good profits there. And you know, you've got to utilize every coin you can. If you've got a whole load of stuff, you know, in your trade pile, don't think, oh, I can just, you know, leave it. Go out and do more trading. Just keep trading with every coin you've got, and make sure you spend everything you can, because that's the only way you're going to make the really big bucks, is by continually trading. Anyway, we're going into our final game, and as you can see, it's against a 3-5-2 non-rare BPL team. I was like, yes, licking my lips. I was like, finally, we could get a good result here. And you can see, finally, the AIDS is on our side. We get a penalty, or not a penalty, sorry. We actually get a goal early on, and yeah, the ball just ricocheted everywhere. You can see the goal line technology is called in, and the ball is literally just across the line. It couldn't be any more or any closer, really. Anyway, after this, we managed to take the lead even further. Schweinsteiger comes in off that corner, managed to bang that one in, and then before I know it, the guy's actually popping up again in the box, slide it into him, and he bangs that one in too. So 2 goals for Schweinsteiger, great work. And yeah, unfortunately, he did manage to score. I was like, how did that happen? But I didn't let it affect me. Didn't let it make me angry. I was 3-1 up as well, so I was like, as long as I keep calm, I can win. We got a penalty. Let Schweinsteiger take it, of course, because I had to let him get a hat-trick. As you saw there, he did manage to convert, and that was the hat-trick for us. 4-1 at this point, and the goals just didn't stop all game. You can see here, Shaqiri somehow manages to go through, lift it over the goalkeeper into the top of the net to make it 5-1. Muller goes through. That's 6-1, just finesses it round the keeper, and then finally we get another penalty, and Muller manages to convert that one. I think I actually missed a penalty as well, so it could have been 8-1 quite easily, but there you go. 7-1 is a great result. I was very happy. That's exactly what we needed to see from the team. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Make sure you smash the like button if you have. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I'll be uploading more Building Bayern during the week, and yeah, I'll leave it there, and I'll see you all next time.